everybody, it's Paige Evans and welcome to the Pinkfresh Studio Liquid Watercolor Video Hop. I'm so happy to have you here and show you how I made this layout featuring these awesome liquid watercolors. I just love how bright and vibrant they are and they allow you to be artistic. So I started with two of my flower cut files and I'm going to cover them with gesso, and this just helps make the watercolor colors really stand out and gives them a nice foundation. So I'm scraping white gesso across both of the cut files. This is the first one, and I just love how that looked over the piece of acetate, so I was sad to scrape it off, but you know, I can always do it again if I want to at a later date. And now I'm scraping white gesso over the second cut file. Can never go wrong with flowers and leaves. I'm always drawn to those, so you'll see a lot of my layouts with flowers. Now time to add the watercolors, which I'm featuring in this video and layout. So I am just applying the watercolors with a paintbrush. I went to Michael's and picked up this super cheap palette. It's got 10 spots for colors, and I squeezed some drops into each little section in rainbow order, of course. And yeah, just painting away. So I'm painting the flowers in the pinks. I think I also paint a couple of them yellow, or not yellow, but orange and purple, even blue. I've seen blue flowers, totally. So whatever colors you want, paint over the leaves and flowers. And I really love the effect that the gesso has on these watercolors. So it's not bleeding into the paper, it sits nicely on top. And the more layers you add, the more vibrant the colors get, so you can always add more after it dries. I did use a hair dryer to speed up the drying process. And it looked like a little bit of a hot mess, but once you peel it off the acetate sheet, it really comes to life and it's really cool. So if I ran out of paint, I just squeezed a few more drops onto my palette and kept going. So I'll tell you the honest truth, I actually started a different layout before this where I scraped gesso across the background and then I dripped watercolors coming down from the top all the way to the bottom. If you're interested in seeing that layout, just let me know. I took a picture of it, but I didn't finish it. I don't know, I couldn't handle the way the lines were going. Anyway, sometimes it gets a little too messy. So this way I feel like I can control the watercolors more when it's on top of a die cut. Anyway, there's my story, sticking to it. So this is my second attempt at a layout and I'm much happier with how this one turns out. The colors are much more me, much more vibrant, and I love flowers and all things floral and leaves, so here we go. So once these die cuts dried, I am going to place them on a smooth white cardstock background, choosing between a couple of photos that I thought would match, and ultimately I decided on the black and white one of me and my kids. I love how the black and white just pops against all of these bright colors. I'm attaching them very loosely to the top and bottom edges, and then I'm going to go over the top and bottom edges with my sewing machine using white thread and a basic running stitch going front and back 3 times. And then trim off the excess thread. And again, going over the bottom. And I love the little bit of texture that this adds, as well as making sure that the die cuts stay in place permanently. Alright, so here's the picture. I'm just going to add a dab of adhesive on the back and then continue. I want the watercolored flowers to be the main focus of this layout, so I'm hardly adding any embellishments, but I am going to add these mini puffy stickers from the newest Pinkfresh Studio collection. Indigo Hills too, I believe. And I started writing Unconditional Love, but Unconditional was a little bit too long for my liking, so I changed it to A Mother's Love. For the apostrophe, I just trimmed one of those inner pieces that was in the O in half and used it as an apostrophe. And then I was going through the ephemera die cuts and I found a die cut that says love, and I like that mix and matched look with the puffy stickers and the die cut, so that's the title, A Mother's Love. And then I'm going to embellish again very minimally. So I found this Wishes wood veneer. I thought about adding these die cut leaves, but it really didn't need it. Sometimes less is more, and I just wanted to show that you don't always have to add all the things. Sometimes the die cuts and photo and title can be enough. I am adding these white enamel dots just for some texture. They kind of remind me of splashing white acrylic paint onto the background. I thought about adding these dark blue ones, but again, the layout didn't need them. So I took it off and I just left the white ones for added texture. And then time to write journaling, and this is why I always write it with a pencil first, because I decided I didn't like the journaling up there. It kind of threw off the balance. So I erased the pencil lines and decided to write the journaling next to the photo on the left side, so it's balanced by the title on the right. So I drew the lines with the pencil first, and then I wrote my journaling with the pencil just to make sure everything I wanted to say fit, and then I went over it with a black pen. So here is the finished layout. I hope you're inspired to check out the Pinkfresh Studio liquid watercolors, and be sure to go through the entire video hop and enter for your chance to win a $25 gift card. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you again in my next video. Have a great day.